The world doesn't operate on fairness or kindness. It operates on influence. Influence is power, and power stems from money and authority. Those who possess these tools dictate the rules, while everyone else is left to follow. In a world of billions, your voice means nothing if it cannot command attention. Money is the amplifier, and power is the force that compels people to listen. Without them, you're just another face in the crowd, another whisper in the wind. Look at history. Societies have always been shaped by those who dominate. Whether through wealth, strength, or cunning, the fittest have always survived and thrived. The ones who sit back, who hesitate, who cling to the illusion that life rewards good intentions alone, they're the ones left behind. Success doesn't wait for anyone. The world is a battlefield, and only those who understand the importance of money and power emerge victorious. Freedom is a lie without wealth, without resources. You're bound to someone else's rules, trapped in a system designed to benefit those at the top. True freedom comes only when you control your time, your choices, and your destiny, and that requires money. It's not about greed, it's about securing your independence. It's about being untouchable, about creating a life where no one can tell you what to do or how to live. Power isn't about intimidation, it's about respect. People listen to those who can enforce their will, not those who beg for change. Respect is not handed out freely. It's earned through strength and action. Weakness invites exploitation, but power demands reverence. When you walk into a room, the only thing that ensures your presence is acknowledged is the authority you bring with you. Money is more than a means to an end. It's a tool for immortality. It's what allows you to build a legacy that outlives you, to create something that stands the test of time, whether it's through your family, your businesses, your impact on the world. Wealth ensures that your name is not forgotten. While others toil for survival, you can focus on creating a lasting imprint on the world. Power, you're vulnerable. Vulnerability is weakness, and weakness is dangerous. Power is your shield, your fortress against those who would seek to exploit or harm you. It gives you control over your life, your environment, and your future. Without it, you're at the mercy of forces beyond your control. With it, you dictate the terms of your existence. The game of life is ruthless, and it doesn't reward those who complain about the rules. It rewards those who learn them, master them, and use them to their advantage. Money and power are the cheat codes in this game. They let you rewrite the script, move the pieces, and dictate the outcome. Complaining doesn't change anything, action does. Only the strong thrive in this world. Strength is not about muscle, it's about mindset, resilience, and the ability to outthink and outperform everyone else. The weak stay stuck, making excuses for their circumstances. The strong take responsibility, understanding that building wealth and influence is the only way to win. If you want to rise, you must be willing to do what others won't. Money and power are everything, not because they define you, because they unlock the doors to everything you've ever wanted. The concept of survival of the fittest isn't just a principle of evolution. It's the reality of life in every aspect. The strong thrive, the prepared dominate, and the weak are left behind. This is not a moral judgment. It's a truth written into the fabric of our existence. Those who refuse to acknowledge this are choosing to be victims of their circumstances. Others step forward, seize control, and carve out their place in the world. This world rewards those who adapt, strategize, and fight for their position, not those who sit on the sidelines waiting for opportunities to fall into their laps. Look around and you'll see proof of this everywhere. The wealthiest, the most influential, the ones who call the shots, they didn't get there by chance. They understood the game, learned the rules, and then bent those rules to work in their favor. Whether through innovation, perseverance, or sheer audacity, they claimed what they believed was theirs. They didn't wait for permission. They took what the world had to offer unapologetically. The idea that life is fair is a comforting illusion for those who aren't willing to fight. Fairness has no place in a world where resources are limited and competition is fierce. If you don't strive to secure your place, someone else will take it. The fittest are not always the strongest in a physical sense. They are the ones who adapt, who think ahead, who refuse to back down when challenges arise. They see opportunity where others see obstacles, and they capitalize on every advantage. Strength in this context isn't just about physical or even financial might. It's about mental resilience. The fittest are those who can endure failure and use it as fuel to come back stronger. They're the ones who don't let fear paralyze them, but instead let it drive them to act. They don't just survive adversity, they thrive in it, using it as a stepping stone to greater heights. In the harsh reality of survival, sentimentality has no place. The world is indifferent to your excuses, your complaints, your feelings of unfairness. What matters is what you do with the hand you're dealt. Do you fold, or do you play it to win? Those who understand this truth focus on building their arsenal, gaining skills, cultivating influence, and amassing resources because they know that in the end, only the strong and prepared make it to the top. So if you want to win in life, stop waiting for a break and start creating one. Stop lamenting the challenges and start using them to your advantage. Understand that survival of the fittest doesn't mean crushing others for the sake of it. It means refusing to be crushed yourself. It means being so strong, so capable, and so determined that the world has no choice but to make room for you. It means rising above, no matter the cost. Life rewards the bold, and the bold are those who embrace the truth of survival, take control, and never let go. Freedom is a concept that people romanticize, but few truly understand. Most live under the illusion that they are free simply because they have the ability to make minor choices. What to eat for dinner, where to spend the weekend, which TV show to binge watch. But that isn't freedom, it's distraction. Real freedom is having complete control over your time, your decisions, and your destiny. The harsh truth is that this level of freedom is impossible without wealth. Money is not just a tool, it's the key to unlocking the doors that keep most people trapped in systems designed to benefit someone else. Without wealth, you are subject to the whims of those who control the resources you depend on. You work on their schedule, play by their rules, and live within the limits they set. Wealth shatters those limits. It gives you the ability to walk away from situations that don't serve you, to say no when everyone else has to say yes, and to chart your own course without looking over your shoulder. Consider the countless people who stay in jobs they hate because they have no other choice. They wake up to alarm clocks they despise, commute to offices they can't stand, perform tasks that drain their soul, all because they need the paycheck. That isn't freedom, it's a modern form of slavery, disguised as stability. Wealth erases that dynamic. It allows you to choose work that fulfills you, or to walk away from work altogether, if that's what you desire. It puts you in the driver's seat of your life. Freedom through wealth isn't just about indulgence, it's about options. It's about being able to decide where you live, how you spend your time, and who you spend it with. It's about removing the restrictions that keep most people confined to small, predictable lives. With wealth, you can invest in experiences that expand your mind, relationships that enrich your life, and opportunities that elevate your future. More importantly, wealth shields you from manipulation and control. The world is full of systems and structures that thrive on keeping people compliant and dependent: banks, governments, employers, and even social norms. But with money, you become immune to these pressures. You can opt out of systems that don't align with your values, relocate to places that better suit your vision of life, and make decisions that prioritize your happiness over external expectations. Wealth doesn't just buy material things, it buys peace of mind. It eliminates the constant stress of living paycheck to paycheck, the anxiety of what will happen if an emergency arises, and the fear of not being able to provide for those you care about. It creates a safety net so strong that you can take risks, chase dreams, and explore possibilities without the fear of losing everything. This level of freedom is priceless. It's why money is not just a luxury, but a necessity for anyone who truly wants to live on their terms. Those who dismiss wealth as unimportant or claim it doesn't buy happiness are missing the point. Money may not directly buy happiness, but it buys the freedom to pursue it in whatever form you desire. Without it, your choices are limited, your life is smaller, and your potential is capped. Freedom without wealth is an illusion. True liberation comes only when you have the means to design the life you want without compromise. Respect is not something handed out like participation trophies. It is earned through strength, dominance, and the ability to command attention. The world does not respect the timid, the unsure, or the powerless. It listens to and follows those who project authority and demand recognition. Respect is not a gift, it is a conquest, achieved only by those willing to do what it takes to stand out and impose their will. People gravitate towards strength because it is rare and because it offers security. When you walk into a room, people's first instinct is to assess whether you're someone to acknowledge or someone to ignore. Without power, without presence, you will be overlooked. Power isn't just about being physically imposing or financially wealthy, though those are factors. It's about a mentality, a belief in your own worth that is so unshakable it forces others to recognize it too. Respect starts with you. If you don't carry yourself like someone who deserves it, no one will offer it to you. Weakness, on the other hand, invites exploitation. If you don't respect yourself, why should anyone else? If you don't enforce your boundaries, others will test and cross them without hesitation. In every interaction, respect is the unspoken currency exchanged between people. When you demand respect through your actions, your achievements, and your demeanor, you elevate yourself above the ordinary. Those who exude strength and capability attract admiration and influence. They make others stop, notice, and defer to them, not because they asked for it, but because they've made themselves impossible to ignore. Respect isn't about arrogance. It's about undeniable presence. You cannot beg for respect, and you cannot earn it by playing nice or pandering to others' expectations. Respect comes from doing what others cannot or will not. It comes from standing firm in the face of adversity, achieving things that others deem impossible, and carrying yourself with the confidence of someone who knows they belong at the top. People respect those who inspire them or intimidate them, sometimes both at once. Those who fail to understand this live their lives perpetually overlooked. They believe respect should be freely given, that it's a birthright or something everyone deserves simply for existing. But the truth is, in a world driven by results and hierarchy, respect is reserved for those who prove themselves. No one owes you respect. If you want it, you have to earn it. The only way to do that is by becoming the kind of person who commands it naturally. When you achieve respect, it becomes a force multiplier. People start listening to what you say, aligning with your goals and supporting your ambitions. Not because they like you, but because they recognize your value. Respect is power in its purest form. It opens doors, forges alliances, and secures your position in a way nothing else can. Without it, even the greatest wealth and influence can crumble because no one will stand behind someone they do not respect. Ultimately, respect is about making a statement, I am here. It's about taking control of how the world perceives you and ensuring that perception aligns with the truth of your strength and capability. In this world, respect isn't just important, it's everything. Wealth is far more than a means of personal comfort or indulgence. It is the foundation upon which legacies are built. A legacy isn't just about leaving behind money. It's about creating something that transcends your existence and impacts generations to come. Wealth provides the resources, influence, and stability needed to shape the future in ways that reflect your vision and values. Without it, your impact is fleeting, your reach is limited. Your name fades quickly into obscurity. Building a legacy requires more than ambition. It demands power. Power to create, to inspire, and to transform. Money is the tool that enables these actions on a scale that matters. It funds the schools that bear your name, the foundations that further your ideals, and the businesses that employ thousands long after you're gone. Wealth is the force that takes your dreams and etches them into the fabric of the world. Without it, even the greatest ideas struggle to survive. Think about the figures we remember, the builders of empires, the creators of movements, the innovators who changed how we live. Their wealth wasn't just a byproduct of success, it was the engine that drove their ability to leave a mark. It allowed them to take risks, back groundbreaking ideas, build structures, both literal and metaphorical, that stood the test of time. They didn't just live their lives, they defined the lives of others through the legacies they left behind. Wealth gives you the power to control your narrative. It allows you to decide what you'll be remembered for and how future generations will perceive your contributions. Without it, your story is written by someone else, diluted, forgotten entirely. But with it, you can construct a legacy so compelling and undeniable that it continues to inspire, educate, and empower others long after you're gone. A true legacy isn't just about wealth, it's about vision. Money is merely the tool to realize that vision on a grand scale. It's the difference between a fleeting idea and a lasting institution. It's what allows you to invest in the future, not just for yourself, but for your family, your community, and even the world. Without wealth, your ability to influence the future is restricted to words and intentions. With it, those intentions take shape as actions, projects, and monuments that stand as proof of your existence. Moreover, wealth ensures that your legacy is protected. It shields your accomplishments and your ideals from being dismantled by the forces of time and change. It funds the continuation of your work, secures the well-being of those you care about, and ensures that your values remain a guiding light for those who follow. A legacy built on words alone can be erased. A legacy fortified by wealth is indestructible. To create a legacy is to take control of the future. It's to refuse the anonymity of time and instead claim your place in history. And while others may dream of making an impact, only those with the resources to act on their ambitions truly succeed. Wealth is not just a tool for luxury, it's a tool for immortality, a way to ensure that your existence mattered, that your name will be spoken, and that your life will continue to shape the world long after you are gone. Power is the ultimate protection in a world where vulnerability is often exploited. Without power, you are at the mercy of forces beyond your control, other people's systems, governments, or even random circumstances. Power is the shield that stands between you and a world that doesn't care about your survival. It's the ability to dictate the terms of your life rather than have them dictated to you. When you possess power, you move differently. You aren't reacting to the world, you are shaping it. To understand the necessity of power, look no further than those who lack it. They live in a constant state of compromise, walking on eggshells, hoping that the decisions made by others don't destroy what little they've built. Their lives are spent bending to rules they didn't set, answering to people who see them as replaceable, trying to carve out a space in a system designed to keep them powerless. Without power, you are always playing defense, scrambling to survive while others thrive at your expense. Power doesn't just protect you, it protects the people you care about. It ensures that no one can touch what you've built or threaten those under your care. A person without power can't secure their family, their assets, or their future. They are left hoping that nothing goes wrong because they lack the means to fix it if it does. But power changes the game. It allows you to take risks, confront challenges, and recover from setbacks without fear of losing everything. Think about what it means to have control over your circumstances. When you have power, you decide where you live, how you work, and who you associate with. You aren't stuck in places that drain you or forced to tolerate situations that compromise your values. Power gives you options. Options give you freedom. Without it, your choices are limited to what others allow, and that is no way to live. Power also demands respect. In a world where respect often determines how far you go, power ensures that you are taken seriously. It forces people to listen when you speak, to consider your perspective, to treat you as an equal, or better yet, a superior. Without power, your voice is easily dismissed, your presence ignored, and your efforts undervalued. With it, you don't just participate, you dominate. But power is more than influence, it's also resilience. It allows you to withstand external pressures and emerge stronger. Those with power are not easily shaken by economic downturns, personal betrayals, or unforeseen disaster. They have the resources, connections, and resolve to adapt and overcome. Power is the safety net that ensures you never hit the ground, no matter how far you fall. It's important to understand that power isn't inherently evil. It's a tool. Like any tool, its value depends on how you use it. In the hands of the capable and determined, power builds empires, protects legacies, and transforms lives. In the absence of power, however, you are left exposed, hoping for the best in a world that often delivers the worst. Power is not a luxury, it is a necessity. It is the foundation of security, the cornerstone of freedom, the ultimate guarantee that you will not only survive, but thrive in a world that respects strength above all else. Life is not a fairy tale, and the game we are all playing is ruthless. This is not a world that rewards kindness for the sake of kindness or fairness for the sake of fairness. The sooner you understand this, the sooner you can stop wasting time waiting for justice and start building a strategy to win. It doesn't care about your struggles or your sense of entitlement. It rewards those who know how to play the game, those who can navigate the challenges and seize the opportunities. The rules are brutal and the stakes are high. That's exactly why victory is so sweet for those who dare to claim it. There's no referee ensuring fair play, no mediator stepping in to protect you from a bad deal, no safety net catching you when you fall. This game is raw competition, adapt or perish. Complaining about the unfairness of it doesn't change the outcome. It only wastes time you could be using to figure out how to get ahead. Every second spent lamenting the challenges you face is a second your competition is using to outrun you. You're not entitled to success just because you work hard. Hard work is a basic requirement, not a guarantee. The truth is, plenty of people work hard and never get anywhere because they don't understand the game. They keep playing by someone else's rules, hoping for a break that never comes. If you want to win, you have to outthink, outmaneuver, and outlast everyone else. It's not enough to work harder, you have to work smarter. This game favors the ruthless, not the reckless. It's not about burning bridges or betraying everyone around you. It's about being strategic, knowing when to push, when to hold back, when to take risks. It's about recognizing that every move you make is either bringing you closer to the top or holding you back. The winners in this game aren't the loudest or the flashiest. They're the ones who understand the bigger picture and are willing to do what it takes to control it. The rules are unspoken, but they're clear to anyone paying attention. Those with money and power make the decisions, set the trends, and dictate the pace. They don't wait for permission, and they don't waste time worrying about what others think. They act decisively and unapologetically because they know that hesitation is the enemy of progress. If you're waiting for a sign, for someone to hand you an opportunity, you've already lost. The game rewards action, not passivity. Understand this: everyone is playing for themselves. Even the people who seem supportive have their own agendas. It's not personal, it's just the way the game works. You can either be a pawn in someone else's strategy or the master of your own. The choice is yours. Mastery requires effort, focus, and the willingness to make tough decisions. You have to be willing to let go of the idea that everyone will cheer for your success. They won't. Most people would rather see you fail because it justifies their own lack of ambition. Winning this game requires resilience. You will face setbacks, betrayal, and moments where the odds seem insurmountable. But the game doesn't end until you decide to stop playing. Every challenge is an opportunity to adapt. Every failure is a lesson, and every victory is a step closer to ultimate success. Complaining won't change the rules, and waiting won't bring success to your doorstep. Only action, relentless and calculated, will get you where you want to go. The game is ruthless, but it's not unbeatable. The question is, are you willing to do what it takes to win? If you want to thrive, you need to stop hoping for fairness and start learning how to play the game better than anyone else. In this world, only the strong thrive. This isn't just a cliché, it's a fundamental truth. Life is a battlefield where strength, resilience, determination separate the winners from the losers. It's not enough to simply exist, go through the motions, or hope for the best. Survival might be the baseline, but thriving is reserved for those who are willing to rise above the ordinary, embrace challenges, and seize what they believe is theirs. Weakness, whether physical, mental, or emotional, is an invitation for others to take what you have and leave you with nothing. The world does not wait for the weak to catch up. It rewards those who outpace, and outlast the competition. Strength in this context isn't limited to brute force or physical dominance. It's about possessing a mindset that refuses to accept mediocrity, a willpower that cannot be broken, and an adaptability that turns every obstacle into an opportunity. True strength is multifaceted. It's about being mentally sharp, emotionally resilient, and physically capable. It's about building a foundation so solid that nothing and no one can shake it. Strength allows you to stand tall, even in the face of adversity, to keep pushing forward when others would crumble. The world doesn't care about your excuses or your reasons for not succeeding. It doesn't care about your past, your circumstances, or your feelings. The harsh reality is that the only thing that matters is results. Those who thrive understand this and refuse to be held back by anything. They don't dwell on what's unfair or complain about what's difficult. Instead, they focus on solutions, leverage their strengths tirelessly to overcome whatever stands in their way. The weak are consumed by problems, the strong create solutions. Strength also commands respect. People naturally gravitate toward those who exude confidence, capability, and control. When you are strong, you don't have to demand respect. It is given freely because others recognize your value. The strong inspire trust and loyalty, while the weak are easily dismissed or overlooked. In every social dynamic, power flows toward those who demonstrate strength, whether it's in a boardroom, a battlefield, personal relationship. The truth is, the world is not designed to accommodate everyone equally. Resources are finite, opportunities are scarce, and competition is relentless. If you're not willing to fight for your share, someone else will take it. The strong don't wait for a chance to come their way. They create their own opportunities. They see the world not as it is, but as it could be, and they take decisive action to shape it in their favor. Weakness is passive, strength is proactive. Thriving also requires discipline and focus. It's not just about having strength, it's about using it wisely. The strong know how to channel their energy toward meaningful goals, avoid distractions, and stay the course even when the journey gets tough. They understand that success is not an overnight achievement, but the result of consistent effort, smart decisions, and an unyielding commitment to their vision. Weakness, on the other hand, succumbs to laziness, excuses, and the temptation of short-term gratification. Ultimately, thriving is about embracing the reality of life and rising to meet its challenges. It's about refusing to settle, refusing to be average, and refusing to let anything or anyone dictate your fate. Strength isn't something you're born with, it's something you cultivate through hard work, self-discipline, and an unshakable belief in your own potential. Only the strong thrive because only the strong are willing to do what it takes to rise above the chaos, claim their place, and secure their legacy. The weak may survive, but the strong shape the world. At the end of the day, the harsh realities of life cannot be ignored or sugar-coated. Money and power are not just luxuries. They are necessities. They are the keys that unlock true freedom. Command respect, protect what matters, build lasting legacies, and ensure survival in a world that shows no mercy to the weak. Those who understand this truth don't wait for opportunities to find them. They create their own path, seize control, and refuse to settle for less than they deserve. Success is reserved for the bold, the disciplined, the relentless, those who recognize that in the game of life, only the strong thrive and only the powerful endure. Embrace this reality, master your finances and influence, and claim the life you were meant to live, because when you control money and power, you control everything.